Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, known as Beautiful Budgets here on YouTube. And today we're going to be doing a flip through of my 2020 budget planner before I go ahead and set it up for the new year. And before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that I have reached over 500 subscribers and I'm super excited about that. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys who have watched my video, commented on one of my videos, subscribed to my channel, showed my channel any type of love. I really do appreciate it, and I'm just super excited to see what 2021 has in store for me and for you guys as well. This just lets me know that you guys are enjoying my content and just to keep pushing and putting out more content for you guys. So I want to thank you guys, and I will be having a 500 subscriber giveaway. So I will have all that information in my next cash envelope stuffing video that will be coming out sometime next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and get started. I will try to have everything linked down below that I did use in my 2020 budget planner. I do use a big Happy Planner. I do have the metal gold extender rings from the Happy Planner, as well as my Wrong cover from the Wrong collection. So let's go ahead and get into the planner. I got my 2020 financial planner from One Beautiful Home. I'll have her website linked down below. When I started budget planning in 2018, I purchased my very first financial planner from her. I like her planner because she goes into detail with all your finances. I think there was only one sheet that I needed to get that wasn't included in this financial planner. So if you guys are looking for something that's really resourceful and actually goes into depth with all your finances, I suggest you guys check out her website. I really liked her planner, and I think the one that she currently has is about $10 or $12 for the 2021 financial planner. So this is the cover. The next is going to be a year at a glance. And what I did with this year at a glance is I used the key that she provided, and I put on my paydays when my HOA was due, because it's not due every month. Any important birthdays that I usually pay or buy gifts for, any important holidays, when oil changes are due, when my car registration was due, when my PTCB recertification is going to be due, and whenever I need to get my house cleaning, which I do about every 3 to 4 months. Next is going to be like a mock paycheck setup of my paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2 for each month. So what I did with here is try to play with how I want to set out my bills for each paycheck. I basically wanted to make sure that it was an equal amount coming out from each paycheck, so I wouldn't have a lot of bills coming out from one versus the other, and kind of just have a set amount that would be coming out for my bill, so that I had a better understanding of what I'll be able to put in my cash envelopes and sinking funds. And next is going to be my saving goals page, and basically these are all my sinking funds that I had at the beginning of the year. I started off with just these sinking funds, and as you guys know, throughout the year I added some more sinking funds to it. So next year in 2021, I think I'll add one or two more of these pages so that I can have all my sinking funds accounted for and the goals. So basically, I put the goal that I wanted for the end of the year in each of these envelopes down at the bottom. I divided it by 10 because these are 10 boxes. And once I got the amount, so for this I wanted 130 by the end of the year. So I divided that 130 by 10. And so once I got $13 in the envelope, I would highlight the rectangle until I got to my goal. And this was really cool. I like the fact that I was able to reach every one of my goals that I set for my sinking funds this past year. And hopefully I continue doing that in 2021. This is another one of my favorite pages that it was included in the financial planner. It's a credit score monitoring. So what I monitored was my TransUnion and my Equifax. I used Credit Karma to get my information to go ahead and track that. I set goals for each. So I had get credit score up to 750 by 2021. And I think the closest I got was $737 for my TransUnion and $747 for my Equifax. So hopefully in 2021, as I continue to pay down my debt, this will continue to rise. And eventually I'll be able to have excellent credit. Right now I have good, which is still good. I mean, it's good credit, but I want to have excellent. That's my goal. I know for sure that I was able to get my total debt down to, so my last goal was to get total debt down to 180 by 2021. And as you can see in October, I was able to get it to $179,100. So I did meet that goal, which is exciting. And over here, basically what I did was add little stickers. It has your debt to income ratio for each month, your total debt balance for each month, your number of errors for each month on your credit score, and your credit card use percentage. And so I like the fact that I was able to track this throughout the months to know if I needed to slow down on credit spending, or I'm doing good as far as paying off debt and my credit card usage and what forth or so not. So I really like these two pages, and I will be using them again for 2021. Next is going to be the section where I did my monthly overviews, my tracking of my daily expenses. I can tell you that this started working out pretty good. I did fill out every month, but as the year went on, I slowly fell off on tracking my daily expenses. And that is something that I want to make sure that I maintain in 2021. So I'm going to try to do something a little different that I think will keep me accountable and be able to maintain this better. So that's something that I will be changing up for 2021. And you guys will see that in my 2021 budget planner setup. So I'm going to show you the monthlies that I did. So this is for January. If you guys haven't checked any of my monthly overview setups on my channel, I'll have my playlist link in one of the cards here so that you guys can check out my monthly overview if you like the way that this is set up. This actually is the dashboard extension pack, and I purchased 2 of them so I could make 12 months, because 6 months is what comes in those extension packs. So I bought 2 packs of those to make a year, and that's what I use to try to check my to track my daily expenses. As you will see, I fell off somewhere around March or April. So this is my January monthly overview for 2020. And then what I did was I used this for errands, what I needed to buy, bills that I was going to be paying for the week, anything that I needed to call that had to do with bills, money, if I wanted to call to see what a transaction was on one of my credit cards, or to dispute a transaction, I would put it here so I could get that taken care of. And over here, I usually put a quote to start off the week, and I would put all my bills that were due on the days that they were due. I have my paydays over here. What I did was track every expense. So my gas, Popeyes, I would write, the pink is for, I think the pink was for the debit card, the purple was for credit, the blue was for cash, and the green was for money that was coming in. And so I tracked all that, and then I would write how much cash I spent for the week, debit and credit, and then what I spent for each day. And as you can see, I was doing really good in January. I filled it out every day. Then I think in February, here's my month in February. And I did good in February too, filling out this. And like I said, I think I started falling off as far as tracking my daily expenses in March. And so this is my 2019 income tax return and what I wanted to do with the money, the breakdown of where I wanted to send the money. And this was my 2020 COVID-19 stimulus check and where I wanted to send the money. And then here's my March overview. And then I'm going to, let me see. I started not filling that side out. Slowly but surely, it started not working. So I have to make sure that I try something that will be more effective in 2021. But I did make sure to fill out my overview, so I'll go ahead and show you those. So this is for May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So I will continue on doing my monthly overviews. That's something that I actually enjoy doing. So you will continue to see those on my channel. So then the next section is going to be my budget section. And basically this is a breakdown of my paychecks and cash envelopes and sinking funds and everything that has to do with budgeting on my money. And this is also included in the financial planner that I purchased. So let me just break it down for you for one of my paychecks. So basically what I do is mark the month and the day that I got paid, my paycheck amount, the checking balances, the bills that were due for the month, my paycheck number of the year, how many days I had until my next payday, what I paid for a debt snowball, what I put towards my savings, groceries, gas, spending money, the total bills paid out of all here and the total amount, and then anything that was remaining in any of my debit accounts, and also including cash. So what I'm going to do is just flip through and show you guys how I had this laid out. So this is paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3. This sheet right here is not part of the financial planner. I actually got this sheet from Elaine Michelle Studios. I purchased one of her principal planners, and I just used this page out of it because I wanted to use the financial planner that I purchased from One Beautiful Home, and I just included this into my budget planner. So this is the third paycheck in January. You have 1, 2, 3, and then the totals for the month. And then 1, 2, paycheck 3, and then the totals of my sinking funds for the month. And as you can tell, I started off with this amount of cash envelopes and this amount of sinking funds. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, which I'll have one linked up here, I have this now all the way down here for my sinking funds, as well as that all the way down here for my cash envelope. So I've added some throughout the year. So we'll just continue to flip through. This is my February, paycheck 1, paycheck 2, cash envelopes, sinking funds. March, April, May, June, July. We got paid 3 times again. 1, 2, 3. August. September. And here is where I added some new cash envelopes and some new sinking funds. And then we have October, and that's when you see a whole long list of cash envelopes and sinking funds. And November, and the last month is going to be December. And that has filled, and we've literally filled out every single page in there, which I like. So that means that this worked out for me too. And I'm gonna go ahead and move this over to 2021 as well. I do think that I will be making my own cash envelope and sinking funds because I do need some more lines. And yeah, so I might be making a new one. And if I do make one, I will have that one up in my Etsy shop as well. So next section is going to be spending. So this has to do with all my bills, including my debt, any bills that is not including my debt as far as cable, internet, my security system, anything that doesn't have debt with it, and as well as my debt. But my debt has like their own little section. So let me show you what I did with this section. So as you can see, I started this, like I said, I started my first budget planner in 2018. So I printed this out back in 2018, and I've kept track of it since then all the way up to December 2020. And I will be printing out new ones of these because they're all filled out, majority of them, because I only did 3 years. So I have for my water, for my ADT, and then let me show you. This is going to be the debt section within my spending tab. And I have all of my, if you haven't noticed, I have all of my bills with the tabs. I actually purchased these tabs from Hobby Lobby. They're the Agenda 52 self-adhesive tabs that I used, and then I used my label maker to make the labels for it. So let me get back to the debt section. Okay, here's the debt section. So we start off with my full debt overview. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that I was able to pay off in 2020. So that's a good chunk that I'll be having paid off for the 2021 year. I will have a new sheet that I will fill out, an updated one. And then this right here is a debt snowball sheet that I made for myself a couple years back. The reason why I keep this in here is because I want to make an updated one, and I just want to use this as a reference to how I made it the first time. So I just keep it in here. It has no relevance to what's going on currently. So next we have our debt payoff priority log. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that I was able to pay off in 2020. It's the same ones that are highlighted over here. And then this is basically breaking your debt and how you want to pay it off. It prioritizes the way you want to pay off your debt. So far so good. I've been on track. This one right here is going to hopefully be the next one that I tackle. I do have a few more on the next page that will be, hopefully I can get rid of this one, my Navy Federal, this one, and for sure my car loan in 2021. And these will go down drastically as well because I'll still be making payment towards these. And then my student loans and my mortgage. This right here is a progress at a glance. And what you do is you write on the first row, you write down what you've paid for that month and then your new balance. And I kind of like this because it lets you know what you've paid from the beginning of January all the way to the end of the year. And you can kind of calculate how much you've paid off for the year in each category. I kind of fell off on this one as well, but I want to pick it back up in 2021. So I will be printing this out again and trying to fill it up and keep it up to date for 2021. Next is going to be my debt trackers. So I do have a debt tracker update that I have posted it back in October. I will be doing an updated one in January, so you guys look out for that. The one that I did in October I'll have linked down below, as well as the card will be right here. So this one is going to be for my total debt. I haven't updated it since October, so in January we'll go ahead and update it to where I'm currently at now. And here's my mortgage tracker. I don't fill this out that often. It's only once a year that I'm able to cross a line off. Every May equals a year that I've paid off my mortgage. So May of 2021, I'll be able to highlight another line. This right here is also something I made myself. It's the account name, and I made this, like I said, back in January of 2018. So I just have all my confirmation numbers, the balance that I had back then in 2018 versus where I'm currently at now in December 2020. And you can totally see a difference in the balance, which is good. That's what I like to see. This one is going to be my car loan. And I did the same thing with all of them. They have their own little tracker when I pay, the confirmation number, and the balance. And then my American Airlines credit card will be updating these. All of these will be updated in January. So these will be moving over to 2021. And the confirmation numbers and balances, my Discover loan, the confirmation and balances for that. We have my Upstart loan and the confirmation numbers and balances, my Lending Club loan, This is a credit card that my Walmart credit card that I was able to pay off in 2020. So I no longer have a balance on here. I still do use my Walmart credit card, but I pay that off weekly. I buy my groceries for the rewards points, and then I pay it right back for the grocery money. And so this one is filled out, and I will be keeping it in here because I want to keep track of all the debt that I've paid off throughout the years to look back on. And the same thing, confirmation balance. This is for my Navy Federal card. This card right here, it was a Capital One credit card, but what I did was do a balance transfer to my Navy Federal, and I will be able to get this balance 0% interest for 18 months, and I will definitely have this paid off before 18 months. But I just thought that was something that would be good to help me not accrue interest on that credit card. And then this one is my PayPal credit card, which I also paid off in 2020, so I no longer have a balance. And this is the confirmation number and balance. And then this is my Amazon credit card, which I also was able to pay off in 2020. So that's exciting. And then this one is an extra one. I was going to print these out for my cards that don't have any balance on them, but they're still active, such as my NTB credit card. I use this one for my oil changes and pay it right back, and car services, new tires, anything like that. I use my NTB credit card, and I pay it back. So there currently is no balance. It hasn't been a balance on there for quite a while. Same as my Care Credit. I don't have a balance on there. And my Rooms to Go card does not have a balance on there as well. I do need to check to see when I need to make a purchase so they don't cut it off or turn it off or cancel it, just to keep it active. Next section is going to be my savings section. So this is going to be my savings trackers. I have 2 pages, and basically this tracks my savings for each month of the year, for all my sinking funds. This is my emergency fund. So I've already have 1,000 saved up. You guys know I haven't updated these to see if I've reached the 1,500. So in January I'll be updating this. This is my $1,000 for my daughter Carmen, already saved up. I'm thinking about coloring each of these roses or petals and making them $50 so I can have this all filled out. So my goal for them this year is just to keep putting money into their savings. Since they already reached their emergency fund goal, I'm just gonna keep putting money now throughout the years. And then my 401k information. And then the last principal I have is my passwords, my password keeper. I don't take this budget planner out the house, so I don't have, like, my chances of someone getting into my passwords is very slim. I do keep my password. This is the one that currently has my passwords, and they're basically folded in on each other so that it's more difficult for people to just see my passwords. And the reason why I have these printed out is because I want to update my password keeper and add a little bit more on there. And then last but not least, for the purpose of this video, I did cover up all my cards so you guys couldn't see the numbers. But what I have in here is where I hold all my debit cards and credit cards. I have them labeled for each slot, and if they're paid off, I have a paid off sticker. And like I said, my debit cards, they're not going to have any paid off, but I only have these 2 credit cards left to pay off, and all my credit cards will be paid off, and I'll be moving on to my loans, student loans. And then on the back, I also have some more credit cards that are paid off on here. And then last but not least, I have this folder that holds my cash breakdowns, my HOA coupon book, my withdrawal slips for my bank, and then in the very back of the pocket, I have my monthly stickers and the stickers I use for my monthly layout. That's the end of my 2020 budget planner flip through. If you guys have any questions about anything that you saw in here that I don't have linked down below, please feel free to leave it down in the comments box. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got any inspiration or ideas. Again, I just want to thank you all for watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, and engaging with me. I really do appreciate it and enjoy engaging with each and every one of you guys. I love the budget community. And until next time, ladies, bye, beauties.